Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with another short Hearthstone guide. In the last video, I taught you what all of the mage secrets do, and I also explained how to play around them effectively. In this video, we'll take a look at a few short examples from actual games to see how to, and how not to, play around a mage's secret. In this first game, I am up against a paladin, and I've got a secret in play. My opponent has not played any creatures since I played the secret, he has not cast any spells, and he has not attacked me, so he has no idea what the secret is. Watch what he decides to do. You'll notice that he fingers a card, is about to play it, and then changes his mind. He then fingers another card, apparently another option that he could have done for the turn, considers that for a moment, and then goes back to the first card, and he plays it. What he plays is a Blessing of Kings. Now, this is a risky move, because if the secret is Counterspell, or if it's Spellbender, this is going to get either counterspelled or actually stolen, and that is very, very bad, because it would waste my opponent's entire turn. So it's a risky move. Ideally, you shouldn't lead with a big spell after your mage opponent plays a secret. Ideally, you want to play a minion first to check for Mirror Entity, and then attack the opponent at some point to check for Vaporize or Ice Armor, and then if the secret still isn't triggered, at that point you know it's probably one of the spell-related secrets, and you should play a crappy spell to flush it out. Here my opponent just went in stone cold. What was the result? Well, the result is that I had a Spellbender, so I stole his Blessing of Kings, getting a 5/7 for 3 mana, and stealing his card, and stealing up his entire turn. Needless to say, my opponent went on to get absolutely smashed and lost the game. Later in that same arena run, I was up against a different paladin. I had a Spellbender in play once again, but this opponent played very cautiously. He first played a minion to make sure it wasn't Mirror Entity, then he attacked me to make sure it wasn't Ice Armor or Vaporize. So by this point in the game, like 5 turns after I'd played the secret, he knew for a fact that it was either Ice Block, Counterspell, or Spellbender. Ice Block triggers when a mage takes lethal damage, it counters the damage and makes the mage immune for a turn. But the other two secrets out of the 3 it could be are both spell related. So watch what this opponent does. He plays Blessing of Wisdom, which is a 1-mana spell that choose a minion whenever it attacks, draw a card. Note that you can cast this either on your own minions or on your opponent. Either way, it's the paladin who draws the card, not the owner of the minion. I cry, "Oh no!" as my Spellbender completely uselessly steals this 1-mana trash spell. So now I have a 1/3 that whenever it attacks, my opponent draws a card. Awesome. After this, my opponent calmly proceeds to play Blessing of Kings to give a 5/5 to himself. And I give him a well played because he did a really nice job there. Purposefully playing his crappy spell first to fish for the counterspell / Spellbender, and then playing his valuable spell after that. So the running theme when it comes to mage secrets, and really all of the other secrets, is to always do the crappiest thing first. You play your crappiest minion to check for Mirror Entity. You attack with your crappiest minion to check for Vaporize and Ice Armor. Then if the secret still isn't triggered, you play your crappiest spell to check for Spellbender or Counterspell. And if you play a spell and it's a targeted spell and nothing triggers, then you know it's Ice Block, and at that point, you want to do as much damage as possible, get your opponent as low as possible before delivering the killing blow, so that the Ice Block deflects the minimum amount of damage and leaves your opponent with the minimum amount of health at the following turn. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at mage secrets and counterplays in action. In the next short Hearthstone guide, I'm actually going to give a little bit more of a broad overview of the arena in general and talk about how difficult the arena is and give you a sense of understanding what you're in for and when you should and should not be playing the arena. So I hope you look forward to that one, because I'm looking forward to making it, and I'll see you then soon.